Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today we return to the Suzuki Escudo. What are we going to do with it? We are probably going to run the fastest ever laps at Tokyo 600 that we've ever ran. We're going to try and lap the entire field, no stop. And we're going to give you a ticket to... Let's say I hope to be able to give you a ticket to a non-wall ride, 25 minute or less than 25 minute, 202 capable, 202 lap time capable, and clean race bonus. We go take a look at the setup. I do have to make a massive admission, and it's not my setup. This is by Mr. K. Ridley, and he is a friend on the PSN network. He has occasionally, and more often than not, for every race we do, at least has an offering of a setup that says, go on, I've worked on this. And 99 times out of 100, they work very, very, very well. And as I say, that one time out of 100 is probably because I just don't like the setup, or I don't drive this car in the way that the setup needs to be worked. So this one is Mr. Ridley's setup, and thank you very much for these. They really are appreciated, but it's got my own little twist on it. So settings will be comfort medium tyres, and you think comfort medium tyres at a PP of 599.72. We have a fully customizable suspension, and it is adjusted, so I'm going to go through them for you. 75/95, that's front rear, 5/6, 25/25, 45/45, 4/4, 1.5, 1.3. That's 0.1 toe angle front, and then 0.1 toe angle rear. They are the opposite, so it's toe out on the front, toe in at the back. Fully customizable rear diff, and it's almost the 555 front and rear, but at the front we've got 5520, rear we've got 5520. Torque rear distribution is perfectly balanced at 30/70, and that gives me the correct tyre wear. I get equal tyre wear front and back. Downforce 238,682. And that is tuned to the setup. ECU on 100, for our restrictor 100. We have the fully customizable gearbox at 370 with a level of manual adjustment. So I'm going to run through these for you. 4.771 at 98, 3.288 at 143, 2257 at 208, 1771 at 266, 1485 at 317. 1272 at 384, 2.230 on the final drive. Now, I appreciate I'm running through these. Feel free to pause the video at any time to be able to cope with that. High RPM turbocharger. Now, are you ready for the glitch? Because there always is going to be one. Watch. 644.42 with the normal turbocharger. 599.72 with the high PM turbocharger. Who would have thunk it? The only other thing we've done is hydraulic handbrake, and I don't use it. But if you are a controller user, there might be the ability to use it. Brake controller, it's there, but we're going to leave it at 0. And we take the high steering angle adapter. Nothing else on the car. Everything else is as is. The only other thing we've done, and that's down at the auto shop, GT Auto, is on the car customization. Wheels. We're on the standard wheels, but what you need to do is run the 17-inch with wide offset. That's all you need. 17-inch wide offset. The standard wheels. Let's get to the track. Now, what I have noticed is that the car needs more frequent oil changes since the update 1.49. So as I make my way to the track, we'll just talk our way through that. So Tokyo 600 for those people who've never done it. 550,000 without the clean race bonus. We're running a field of similar, well, they're not similar type cars to this, are they? Nothing similar to this, but they are high performance street cars. And we have a heavy shortcut penalty. Wheel collision penalty is off and mechanical damage is on light. So the way to get the clean race bonus is to not hit anything on the first lap or cross the white line at the hairpin. Don't shortcut. Settings for me on assist, traction control 1, default ABS, and counter steer assistance on strong. You'll find you'll need those because the car slides. Assist controller settings, I'm on a Fanatec DD Plus on the Extreme, the PlayStation Extreme wheel. We have force feedback max torque 7, force feedback sensitivity 10. Now, are we ready for this, folks? This is a good one. Here we go then, folks. So fuel map 6 to start the day. We're going to make as many overtakes as we can now. Just got to find a sneaky gap and then we've just got to charge our way through. The door will almost close at some points, but you've just got to get through the gap and keep going. The idea is we get to the front, get some more. We just got a little clip there off what looked like Cookabun. Gonna brake on the 200, gonna let Gallo go, not gonna... He braked in front of us. What an absolute twonk. Right, so fuel map 1, that's where we're going to start the day. Get up through the gears, make our way over to the right, cut back to the left, find our way through the traffic. The gap will close occasionally, you've just got to work your way through it, don't touch the wall. Now watch out for Cookabun here, he's going to try and close the door, and we got through nicely. Where's Gallo going to go? He's going to close down the right hand lane, we're going to go up the left hand lane, brake on the 200. Down to second gear, try not to let the car slide into the wall. Watch out for Gallo, he's going to play with you. No, he's not going to get past, we're not going to let him. Right, we're away then. So, going to keep this now into fuel map 6. We're just going to work our way through the track and we're going to get that fuel to where we want it to be. Then we're going to run all the way to the end at a happy place, knowing that we can't touch the walls, we can't touch the opponents, we can't cross the white line at the hairpin. Once we've got that sorted, we can then just make our way to the end and try and set fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap. That's what we're going to try and do on reduced fuel and on a low fuel map. So the fuel's currently sat at 9, which isn't tremendous. We need that to come back to us. 150. Needs to get all the way back up to 11. We did run the fuel map a little bit longer to put Gallo behind us. At 9.4. Ooh, my lord, I've still got this horrendous cold and I'm so sorry. So, we're charging down here. 9.4 on the fuel map. We need another 0.6 of a lap of fuel, so we're going to stay in fuel map 6 for a little while yet. Brake on the 150. Just sponge the brakes a little bit as you measure the speed. We can probably brake a little bit later, therefore. Or into the corner in third gear. Let it accelerate out. We're going to frustrate Gallo. The fuel's come back up to 9.7 now. Just going to balance the throttle a little bit as you lift it. The car then starts to turn in. The outlap was a 2:14.014. I'm going to try and get that down to a 2:02 and below, maybe. We'll have to see what happens. So 150 on the brakes. Don't cross over that white line on the left here. And as we carry on down the straight, we're going to get to where we are. 10 laps of fuel. We're now bob on. Almost-ish. 9.9. But we can stay on fuel map 6 just a little while longer. We're at 2:04.139. We're going to do one more lap on fuel map 6. 9 seconds ahead of Gallo. Push all the way to the end now. We're not going to stop. Going to brake on the 150. We're still going purples. I believe you can wall ride if you really want to, if that's your thing. If that's what floats your boat, get the wall ride going. This corner in 5th this time. Down to 4th to get the acceleration. Don't want to be too far off the timing. Oh, we're still half a second up, that's good. I was expecting to see red there. Haven't had slow acceleration at the first corner. 10.1 on the fuel, so we are pretty decent at this point. We're going to go to fuel map 5 when it lets me. Use some of that excess fuel now. We're going to get the car moving. Once we get the fuel on the money, we know we're going to stay where we stay. 0.6, 0.5 maybe of a lap extra. Here we go, 2:03.5, that's decent. But a little bit further to go yet on the lap time to demonstrate what this car's capable of. Is a really good little mover. It's got lots of grip. Just avoided the wall there. We just able to turn out of that. That had my heart going. On the 150. still half a second up and pushing. You might have noticed some little pauses over the last couple of laps there for me to cough and die whilst I'm coughing. So 8.6, and I believe we can go to fuel map 4 now, because we only need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8 laps is correct. So we're going to try and go a little bit faster. We've already done the 2:02.493. We're only 26 seconds ahead of Gallo, but Gallo is going to head to the pits at the end of this lap. So my kind of assumption is we'll be sort of 1 minute 20, 1 minute 19 ahead the next time we see him after the pit stops. So when he's in second place behind us, we will be a significant chunk ahead. So now's the time to capitalise. If we can get the car smooth and flowing, and we can put in a 2.0 maybe. No, we've lost 0.74. Shame. See what we can do next lap, but we're just being a bit reservation. No, I can't say it. We're being a bit reserved about the gear changes. Critical here. We don't want to slide off to the left and go through that race boundary. Don't know where we're going to be. 32 seconds ahead of Gallo is not bad at all. 7.5 laps, 7 to go. That's a 2:03.8. Still not bad at all. If we can get down the park just a little bit further. 7.1 on the fuel, we're still doing good. 150. Almost 4/10 ahead. There's Mr. Gallo in the pits then. 35 seconds behind us, almost. 34.498, which is as near as damn it if you overly rounded it up. So Mr. Sustwillow then now comes to the front of the pack. 43 seconds back. So a little brush of the curb there from the back wheels. The grip coefficient is just changing a fraction as the tyres now start to wear, and probably the track starting to dry out just a little bit, but I feel we can start to let the car flow. We've maintained that purple time from the start of the lap. See where we come to. 2:01.5. 6.1 laps of fuel, and that's exactly what we've got left to go. So let's measure it along at fuel map 4. 52 seconds ahead of Mr. Sustwillow, so we're putting time in. Let's have a run down the field, shall we? Sustwillow in second, Cookable in third. Break on the 150. Hizal fourth, Beauvoir fifth. Mr. Fraga in 6th, Mr. Blazon in 7th, Mr. Gallo, next time we've seen him, he's back in 8th. I don't know what the time gap will be to him. when all these boys pit, which is going to be fairly soon. So we're going to go into the run of a pit stop sequence. 0.3 down. Let's see if we can catch that up. Let's see if we've got the talent to just catch up that 0.3 and just keep improving on the lap times, which would be really nice. No, well, gain 0.2. Lost a bit of pace through there, didn't we? As we charge down here, brake on the 150. I always repeat that. It's more for myself than for you, because I know you'll listen and you'll do it at the 150. Almost a minute now ahead of Suswillow as we accelerate down towards the line. We're at 5.2, which tells me we're just using a bit more fuel than we need to now. We're going to drop that back to fuel map 5. 4.9. We can't afford to be out of fuel at the end of the race. We're going to try and preserve a little bit. So 1 minute and 4 ahead of Suswillow. Expectation is they're going to go to the pits, and there's a lap car in front, but there's 3 of them, so we're going to start to just work our way through traffic. We're in the lead by the first corner of the race. We're going to try and lap the entire field on a no stop, which is not normally the fastest way when you're racing humans, but with the AI they don't seem to want to react and change up. They've got their pre-programmed route that they're going to follow, which we're comfortable with. What's next? Is it the Aston? It is the Aston by the looks of it. And what is it? Mr. Suswillow's gone to the pits. Cookabun's gone to the pits. That Mr. Grady in the R8. The Aston got a little bit rude there, trying to unlap himself. That was a bit naughty dirty. Though Gallo's come up to second. 125 behind us. Yamanaka in third. Ahead of us, well, behind us now is Mr. Grady. He's gone behind. The other guys have pulled out the pits. Somebody's just gone in the pits ahead of us. We can't see that it is, but Mr. Hayward here all over the show. Somebody's come out of the pits in front of us. We're going to go to the right of him after picking up a wee bit of slipstream. We're bang on the fuel. 4 laps to go. That's Mr. Miyazzano in the Impreza. Let's just, what we call the final edition. Brake on the 150. Another green car ahead of us. I'm guessing that's Mr. Beauvoir. GTR is absolutely beautiful. .8 seconds down. I'm a bit disappointed in that. On 31 ahead of Gallo. They're getting the blue flags off us. So we're not to Hizal yet, are we? No, we're at Blazen in 9th, so got a little bit of overtaking more to do. Tyres now really starting to wear just a little bit. 3 laps remaining. Goodbye, Mr. Blazan. We're bang on the fuel. Fuel map 5 is exactly where it needs to be. It's that Mr. Solis ahead, Mr. Hizal and Mr. Fraga. It may well be. Yes, it is. That's exactly who it is. Should be able to overtake them on this lap, one would expect. Dive up the inside there, bit of brake. A little squirt in 3rd gear helped there. If we'd have gone to 4th, we'd have bogged down. Mr. Fraga is known for giving us a wide berth when it comes to blue flags. He's a good man. Very polite. Next up, Mr. Suswillow. Mr. Gallo's gone to the pits now for the last time. We've lapped everybody up to 5th place. And Gallo is now on his way out. Yamanaka's gone in, so we're going to jump up to 4th. Or we're going to jump up to 5th. 4th when we go past Suswillow. He's wavering about a bit. He wants to try and avoid the slip. Next is Gallo. There he is. So the lapping opportunity on Gallo and then Cookabun in the next 2 laps, and they're together in front. It's a tremendous opportunity to lap the entire field. And if we timed it right, we can have a little bit extra fuel left for the run into the finish, which is going to give us just a little bit of a shot down that final straight, which will be very much needed. Mr. Gallo, come on, he leaves room, he does it. So we're chasing Cookabun then. Gallo knew he was defeated at this point. He had to give up for the blue flags. Cookabun had tried to give us that little bit of a love tap at the start as we came past him on the initial start straight. He's going to fall foul to us very shortly. Then we're going to be chasing down. I don't think we'll get it in the last lap, but there's got to be the opportunity to catch a back marker again, one would suggest, maybe. So slow out of there because we changed up. That was a shame, wasn't it? That last lap down to a 2:03.8. What we're looking for is the opportunity to get under 25 minutes. I think we're going to have that chance here. 1.3 laps of fuel. That's not too bad of a thing. We've lapped everybody on the track. Still doing 195 miles an hour. 196. Going to brake at 150 yards. Now I can't think, well I can actually think of a car that's going to compare to the performance of this. And that's what we've got to go out and find now, isn't it? But along the way we're going to conquer some other cars, some newer cars to the game than this and what we're anticipating. So keep your eye out for new content at the Tokyo 600. We'll try and deliver new stuff. If you've never had this car and this type of performance from this circuit before, is ideal for you. If you're looking to enjoy the grind and try something different, you just got to enjoy earning the credits. We don't want to ruin the game, do we? We don't want to make it, you know, something that we don't want to play. Here we go, coming down one last time. I'm going to leave it in the lower fuel map before we hit the strat and absolutely burn the fuel away. Fuel map 1. We're going to be well down on time, but we've got loads of fuel, and here we come then, folks. Final summing up: Widdowmaker ahead of Kukabun in second, Gallo in third, Suswillow fourth, Braga in 5th, Hizal 6th, Beauvoir 7th, and Blazan in 8th, as the Suzuki Escudo, with no headlights, takes the victory again. It's an absolute gem. Thank you, Mr. Ridley. Very, very, very much appreciated. It's a great little setup. It's one I'm sure the viewers will enjoy. Have a look. 24:55.2, underneath the 25 minutes. A lap on everybody. Fastest lap of 2:01.527. Is there a car out there that can do it a 2.0 or less without a wall ride? Let's have a look. Clean race bonus. There, you've got it. 825k. Happy days. That's how you grind. That's how you get the money coming in. Perfection. 200 miles for the day. There you have it. I do hope that meets with your, what would you call it, meets with your appreciation and your desire to make headway in the game. As you can see, the Escudo rattling down the start finish. We'll see you on the next one, folks. All the best. Take care. Bye for now.